Hey, this is Ronald Carroll from Math Skills University. Today I'm going to show you how to use TuxGuitar specifically for bass players. And I'm also going to set this up for guitar as well. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to tab out the first chord to the song Killing in the Name Of by Rage Against the Machine. Put a 0 there, and there's the yellow dot there. Put a tab on fret A7. Of course, D and G, we're going to go to 9 and 9 over here. I go up here, or I can do it up here. Then you want to make sure you chord this like that. There's your E. Click on E. Once you chord that, you can see the chords up here. So it sounds like this. As you can see, we're dealing with a quarter note. We need to make this a half note. Well, there are a lot of different tablature software applications and apps out there. I really like using some of the free ones. Welcome to TuxGuitar. When you go into TuxGuitar, it looks like this. And I like the way the menu looks. It's very simple and very straightforward. Here it starts out, of course, with the treble measure here. Beats per minute are 120. I can change that. And I have 6 lines representing a lead guitar. So what I want to do first is, if you're a lead guitarist, you're good to go right here. I'm going to switch this over to a bass guitar. So what I would do is first right click on here, go to composition, and over here I can see my time signature, my tempo, key signatures, options here. I'll click on here. I can show or hide things down the bottom menu. I can delete the menu on the left side as well. Let's bring that back. And now I want to click down here where it says instrument. Double click on that. I can call this the name of a song if I want to. I'm just going to call it demo. But what I want to do is I want to change the tuning down here. Now it's on guitar. And I'm going to change this from a guitar to a bass. I'm going to make it 4 strings and use standard tuning, E, A, D, G. And I can add another instrument as well here if I want to, and click OK. So now you see everything changes. And again, I can change that name as well. Here I can change this. I'm just going to select bass right there and press close. So now if you go down here to the bottom, you'll see it says bass guitar. So now that it's changed to a bass guitar, we can just start putting in numbers right here. So if I put in a 4, come down here and put in a 5, a 6, and a 7. I can play up here or press spacebar. And that's how that works. And it's pretty simple, very good tablature. If I wanted this to be a hammer-on, I'll go over here to effects, and here's hammer-on, pull off. So I can click on that. If I want this to be a slap note, press S. And there's my slap note there. And again, you have a ghost note. If I want this to be a ghost note, that's there. And over here, of course, you have a dead note. So you can put these things in anywhere. If I want to go over to the next measure, hit the arrow key, and then I'll make this a 5, and I'll make it a no note, right? And it goes 0 over here, open A. This is how tabulation would work in TuxGuitar, and it's very straightforward. The notes go up here, and I can change also the duration of the note. So these are quarter notes. I can change this to a half note. Instead of a rest right here, I'll make this a 2, and I'll make this a full note. So it goes like this. This will go back to only this measure. This goes back to the very beginning. Let's go to this measure I'm on right now. So that's how that works. You can also bring in different instruments as well too. But if I want to do a chord, for example, I can just stack them up right here and just go 0, 7 on the A, 9, 9, 9. I can highlight this whole section right here, click on make a chord, confirm that chord, click OK, and there's my chord, and it pops up on top. Let's highlight that again. Go ahead and hold left mouse button down and scroll up. Let's make this a whole note. So that's how that works. And I can also insert things up here in the composition. Insert a close repeat on that. Up here, again, we have selection mode, sharps and flats, things like that. Composition, time signatures. We have durations. We have, of course, dynamics here, how loud it is. We have effects right here. Fade in, fade out. Heavy accentuation right there. Bending notes, vibrato. I can put in text right here. If this calls for this to be a strum up, click on this and we can strum up or strum down. Here's your downstroke or upstroke. And this is an upstroke. So this is how we would tabulate in TuxGuitar. And I like this because if I'm in a hurry and I just want to get something tabbed really quick, this works just fine. It looks really good. I can just copy and screen. I can print this out as well, of course. So that's how the basics work. Say if I want to bring in another line of measurement, I'll go up here to this and add a track. So I can add a second track down here and keep this all treble. And what I can do on the bass track is say, you know what, I want to see my fretboard. So I'll go up here to view. I'll go down here to show fretboard, and there's my fretboard. So whatever note it plays up here, it's going to correspond to a yellow note down here. To cut, so I can make this eighths, I can play it here. But over here, I can change some of the color. So I change this to yellow so I can see it better. I can change the font sizes on this as well. We can make it 16, more bold, things like that. Press OK. These are the background colors. This is the color of my scale note. I made mine yellow. I wish I could make it bigger, but the direction of a scale. There's a few options here I can change how this looks. For a guitar as well too. This is a guitar right here. I can show that or not show it. You can show all your instruments over here. If you have different ones in your score. I can show the player right here and the metronome. I can also go over here too and say take that off, and I want to view my piano keyboard. So that's right here. It's going to add to my current composition. So if I want to do the piano, I might want to bring in a separate track and then click on that separate track. Now I'm on this track, right? I call this one piano, call it track number 3. Then I can show my piano and change some of that as well too. I can customize that. So now it's on lead guitar, but if I go back up here to bass, it'll change to bass. So by default, again, it's going to be on lead guitar. So that's how that works, but everything is pretty much right here. Then if I go up here, I can put markers in right here. These are my play controls. This is pretty cool because I can actually do a simple mode. I can have a looping mode here, go into training mode, do different things right there. Right here, I can actually name my composition and put in my copyright information here. Then over here, I can change the way things look. And we have zoom. We saw that already. I can hide the bottom tracks down here or bring them back. I can hide this left menu over here or bring it back. Simple stuff over here. If I get to the top, again, we have help. On the tools, we have a few different things. We have shortcuts right here, settings right here. We can transpose. We have a tuner, of course, built into this thing for any instrument. And then we also, over here, if I go to player, we have a metronome. We can turn that off or on. We can actually change that, how it operates as well, too. Here's your markers, different beats, options you have here. Measures, we have those here. Tracks, remove a track, add a track. Here's my composition. Again, clef, temperature, time signature, key signature, triplets, and of course, properties. And then we can view different things here, or we can view and or hide different things here. And this will be all my instruments again, of course. So as you can see, it's pretty straightforward. And this program is a little bit easier to use to me than MUSESCORE because I don't have to really do anything. I can just come down here and just start putting in tabs. Arrow over. That's going to bring me to a new measure. Control Command Z. Control Command Y as in yes to go forward. Z as in zebra. Y as in yes. Back, forward. And to save your work, just go over here to File. Come down here to Save As. We'll press as in Frank 12, and save your work. Call that a demo again, and we're good to go. That's how that works. I think that covers everything. While this was just a quick overview of these 3 programs, what I want to know is what you think. Try all 3 out and let me know which one you think is the easiest to work with or that gets the job done the way you want it done. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please leave them below. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like my content. Until we meet again, thank you very much for watching and have a creative day. Peace.